Hey guys, and welcome to my top 10 tips for getting better at Battle Royale. As a player that has a few hundred wins, I believe that I have a few tips that I can give to you, so let's begin. Tip number 1. Choose a landing zone. This is the first decision you are going to make in Fortnite. As soon as you get onto that battle bus, open up the map and decide where it is you want to go. Personally, I choose the first town. It is usually where the highest activity is, so this means there are going to be more people to kill. You will die a lot at first, but over time you will begin to improve. Or there is the more strategic route, landing in a lower populated zone in order to stay alive longer and get geared up, ready to take on those later fights in the game, increasing your chances of getting that long awaited victory royale. Tip number 2. Headphones. I cannot stress this enough. Fortnite is a game where people will take advantage of sound cues. I am forever listening to a sound to pinpoint where an enemy is thanks to the directional audio that Fortnite uses in the game. Whether this means gunshots, building, or even enemy footsteps, being able to hear this gives you an advantage right off the bat. Tip number 3. Building. Fortnite has a unique building system that sets it apart from other games within the genre, and this is what sets the skill gap apart from your casual players to your more advanced players, thanks to Blue being in the game. So, learning your building in this game is a must before you can become a better player. My advice is that you land in Moisty Mire and gather up maximum wood, which is 1000 materials, and just begin building small 1x1 towers going 3 high. This is the maximum you can build up without taking fall damage. Also, knowing what materials are better to use as well. Wood is my personal favourite, as it places down the fastest, and then it's stone and then metal. Metal has the most health, but it is harder to gain. Tip number 4. Learning what gives you most materials. Pallets, trucks and stones, instead of houses as well. Wooden pallets give a lot of wood, and you can usually find a lot of them across the map. Also, trees at Moisty Mire give a lot of materials too. Trucks are the best for metal and big stones are the best for brick. Or if you're lucky enough to find this anomaly, the loot llama gives you 250 of each material, but I still advise that you get at least 500 materials in wood. Tip number 5. Rebinding keys. Some of the default keys in Fortnite are ridiculous and just would not be practical if you have small hands and a wide keyboard like myself. So, you're going to need to replace these keys. I personally believe that any keys on a mouse for ramps and walls are the best, as they are the most used building structures on the game, and then put your floors in a convenient key also. This will help you out so much in the longer run. Tip number 6. Learning the map and chest locations. Knowing the map and chest locations will be very helpful, especially early game when there are multiple people landing at the same building as you. Note this, there is usually a chest in the roof of the building, and shotguns are typically found on the first floor of the house or in bedrooms. So after playing a while, learning where to land in a house is going to give you an immediate advantage and give you the upper hand. Tip number 7. Ghosting. Ghost peeking is one of the biggest things to happen in Fortnite now, and knowing how to do this is going to be such a game changer. It allows you to get a shot off onto the enemy without giving them much of a chance in order to hit you. There are a few variations on how to do this. The most common is the peek and crouch, where you look through the gaps in the buildings to see the enemy, but position yourself high enough to be able to get a shot off when you stand up and then immediately crouch back down. Tip number 8. Right hand advantage. As a result of third person in Fortnite, Epic Games decided that the player model is going to hold the gun in their right hand, and the model be slightly off to the left of the screen, creating an unfair advantage that gives the player looking around a corner on their right more of a view of the other player. This is something that happens all the time, and you're just going to have to make sure your positioning gives you this advantage. If not, build. Tip number 9. I think that a level of consistency when it comes to inventory management is needed, because it helps you out multiple hours of playing in the game. Because when you always have the same loadout of the same guns in the same place, it's going to become an unconscious decision that you'll be making as you play more and more of the game. This is the loadout I prefer to use, and having it as this makes switching weapons really easily for me because I already know where they are going to be. Lastly, tip number 10. Be patient and keep moving. In times of the game, You really need to learn how to be patient and when you should be moving. If you stand still for too long, then you could be exposed to being sniped by an enemy. Or if you push too fast, you could cause yourself to get into a situation that you cannot win. Like a 1v4 because your team is massively behind you. So, you need to learn when to play aggressive or passive and how to play with your team. Also, never give up. You will get there in the end. So there you go. There's my top 10 tips for new starters in Fortnite Battle Royale. I'm Ghost, and I hope this has helped you out and made you a better player. If this video has helped you, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that share button to be able to see my content on a daily basis.
Find it hard to not give it